Let's take a trip back in time to the beginning of the season where Vegas odds had the Brooklyn Nets as the favorites to win the Larry O'Brien Trophy at plus 225 and the Lakers close behind at plus 350. Both teams currently at the 8th seed and 9th seed respectively. Jamarius, with this in mind, what team do you think will be the biggest surprise come playoff time?
I believe, and I faithfully believe this, that when it comes down to it, the biggest surprise team in the NBA right now is the Denver Nuggets. And you look at it, they're sitting at, I believe, the 6th seed in the West without two of their three best players in Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. Mm-hmm. Jamal Murray averages about 20 points, 21, 4, and 5 for his career. And you're going to get that back along with a improved Michael Porter Jr., who you've seen the leaps that he took last year. So with that being said, if they can come back and give Jokic the help that he needs, I don't see them being a easy opponent in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally see how those two additions could factor into that team's success because, we know that Jokic is an MVP caliber player and just putting some supporting pieces around him can really make all the difference.
Correct.
So my surprise team is actually the Chicago Bulls, and I know we said earlier that they are tied for the first seed in the East, but I don't think it's going to be much of a surprise come playoff time that this team does really good. I think that, they've added a bunch of veterans and promising young talent as well, and I think that DeMar DeRozan is going to just keep having the year that he's having, and that him, Lonzo, Vucevic, and Zach LaVine can get the job done.
So here's my question to you. You said they're tied for the first seed, but does that really make them a surprise, though? Because they're already one of the best teams in the league.
I think that
if you're going to go off of a surprise factor, I can't sit here and say that the Bulls are going to be a surprise team in the playoffs when they've already shown that they're one of the best teams in the league at this moment. If I'm going off of a surprise, I'm looking at a 4 through 10 seed that if one of the 10 seeds, if they make it into the playoffs, they can do something there and surprise a lot of people. I can't sit here and say that, the Chicago Bulls are a surprise team based off of them being the 1 seed. And yes, they're hurt, but when everybody's healthy, you've seen what they can do. That's why I went with the Nuggets, who, they have a Nikola Jokic sitting at 26, Will Barton at 15, Aaron Gordon at 15, Monte Morris at 12, and Brian Forbes and Jeff Green are both putting up 10 a game. I can see them getting that Jamal Murray who can average 20, 25 points a night. That's going to take them from the 6th seed up to maybe the 4th seed, and if they come back during the playoffs, it's going to be hard out for a lot of teams playing against them in that first round.
Yeah, I got you there. I think what I meant more by like a surprise team is I'm not surprised that they're doing as well as they are. I think it's just going to surprise a lot of people how early in this new form of Chicago Bulls that we're seeing they can make that playoff push, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but also a lot of people on that team have not had a lot of playoff success. We've seen DeMar DeRozan not really do anything in the playoffs but get demolished by LeBron every single year that he was in Toronto. Then he went to the San Antonio, and I don't think they made the playoffs. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did not make the playoffs while he was there.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine has never seen the playoffs. I believe Lonzo also has never seen the playoffs.
That's why I think it's going to be a surprise.
The only one of the playoff caliber on that team is Alex Caruso, who won a championship in 2020. True. And then you look at the Nuggets over here, who are my pick. Jokic has been in the playoffs. Barton has been in the playoffs. This whole team has been in the playoffs from last year, even the year before when they came back down 3-1 twice, not once, twice, to some people's favorite to win the championship that year, the Clippers, and also Donovan Mitchell and Utah Jazz. So with all of that there, I think this year and next year could be their year to win it all, especially if Jamal Murray can come back and be somewhat of what he was as a player before his torn ACL, and if Michael Porter Jr. can come back from this back injury that he's had, same player but even a little bit better, I don't see a team being able to stop them in the playoffs.
All right, that's a good take. I like that. Thank you for watching SCTV3 on YouTube. For more sports coverage, be sure to subscribe as well as follow our socials at SCTV3 on Instagram and Twitter.